Hello everybody, Tasky here, and welcome back to RPG Maker MV. Today we're going to go over a new state for Petrification. RPG Maker MV does not have this state built into it. Now there's a couple things that we need to do here to make sure that everything works well. Now there are two devs that I have come across that have made Petrification as a state. Now one is Mog Hunter, and what they've done is they've made a skill for Petrification, but what it does is that it brings their HP to 0, but the graphic on it for the enemy goes completely grayscale, which is a very lovely touch. Now then the other dev is Galv. He has a plugin for custom death states. Now what this does is if you make a certain condition to say death, it counts as the player being dead, but that brings their HP to 0. We don't want any of that. We want to make sure that in this state the player's HP doesn't go to 0 because we want to make sure that we can use an item or a skill to remove Petrification. So now this gets a little tricky because now we have to make sure if in battle, does the party have anyone that's petrified? Are they all petrified? How to make sure that there is a win condition and how to make sure that there are the losing conditions. So if say half the party is petrified but the other half died, we gotta make sure that they lose. Otherwise, it's not going to be pretty. So there are a good couple things that we're going to go over, and I'm going to go over them as best as I can. So we're going to cover a couple things we're in RPG Maker, and that is the global battle parties for the actors and the enemy troops. We're going to go over their state arrays. We're going to go over creating the states. I'm not going to go over actually making the images for the states, but I'm going to show you what I've done to actually change the images mid-battle when the state has been inflicted. And then we're going to go over screen pushing. What? Forget it. So first, let's go into our database and create the petrification state. So here in this state, the restriction is that who's ever inflicted with it, they can't move. I want to make sure that the motion is sleep. There is no overlay. Because they're petrified, they shouldn't be able to dodge any attacks. They can't move, so their agility is 0. And here, element rate, what I'm doing here is they're stone, so they're going to get double physical damage. It won't be fun for them. But how do we get this to work? So first, actually, let's go into skills. So I have a test skill here that what it's going to do is give the petrification state, and I'm making it 100%. Then I'm going to call the common event for checking the actor petrification state. So let's go to our common events. It just happens to be 10. So now here I do a couple things. First, I go through a number of conditional statements to check if a player's party actor is petrified. So what I do here is I change the actor image. In here I have a file. For each one is the name of the actor with stone at the end. And then the normal one is name of the actor and battler. This way I know what they're gonna look like. So if they're petrified, give them this image. If they're not, normal. Now we're at the actual meat of this is checking if the whole party is petrified. Who is in it? So first, we're gonna make a script, and we're gonna set a variable. I'm gonna call it actor and set it to 0. This is gonna be the actor ID in the party. And we're gonna set a for loop because we want to make sure that we go through the whole party, but only the alive members. I don't care if there's another actor that is dead. I don't care if another actor has any other states other than being alive. So for I1, we're going to make sure that I is either less or equal to the number of alive members dot length. Then we go to I++ for the next iteration of the loop. So now in this loop, we're going to check if not the game party actor dot alive members actor, this actor referring to this variable, dot state contains 15 break. So what we're doing here is we're checking if the actor ID that we're checking, if they have in their states array contains state 15, which is petrification. If not, if that actor isn't petrified, then we haven't lost. We still have a fighting chance because we have alive members that are not petrified. Now, however, if we come across an actor that's petrified, we're not going to be able to break out of this loop. So we are going to go to the next portion here is another if. I'm going to say if I triple equals game party dot alive members dot length, we're going to push the game over screen. Now what this says is I've gone through every actor that is alive, but each actor contained the petrification state. This is a losing condition, so I'm pushing the game over screen. Now the way I'm checking the next actor is by going to actor equals actor equals it's going actor plus equals 1 for the next actor. Actually, I could just use I. You can use I, but I'm using actor. Now conversely, we don't want to check for the enemy states because we want to make sure that we can also win by petrification. Otherwise, what's the point if we're just going to lose? So the same idea applies here. This time var enemy equals 0. Oh yeah, don't use I. Array started 0. So we go for I1 for the alive members dot length. Go to the next one, same setup. This time we're going to game troop dot alive members. Same variable here. Checking if that if that troop member has the petrification state, make sure that it's not. If there's someone that doesn't have it, break out of the loop, forget it. Otherwise, check if I is equal to the same number of alive members. That means we couldn't break out. Then we're going to process victory. After setting this switch value to 52, well, switch value 52 to 0, I don't know why I'm doing that. Anyway, so let us see what happens next. Now we're going to need a plugin here so we can actually make use of this in battle. And it's going to be this one is coming from Yanfly. Not the extra battle pack. No. We want the base troop events plugin. And I have my base troop set at 1. So what we're gonna do here is for every battle at any time, things can happen. This way we don't have to write the same events for every single battle that we encounter. But also we want to make sure that we check the status conditions of both the enemy troop and the game party members. So what I have here is on this battle event for troop 1, I have here in conditions at the turn end spanning the turn to first check the enemy troop petrification. Next, check the actor petrification. So we want to make sure what happens. Every turn, do we win, do we lose, or nothing happens? So I want to go here into this test guy. After I check who we have, because I have preset 2 actors here. So we have one Toski. He's going to resist being knocked out. And then we have Akane, who resists petrification. So let us see what happens. So what I want to see here is for the party of 2 actors, Toski and Akane, I want to see a game over event where one member is petrified and the other is dead. So let's see how long it's going to take for the enemy AI to actually give me my conditions. Now here I have disabled the custom game over event because we're not in game, we haven't loaded any save files, nothing, so it'll fail. So I'll be back once we actually get to that sweet, sweet game over screen. Oh, look at that, Toski's already petrified. Now it kinda just needs to die. Well, there we go. Well, it's not game over, but the condition still stayed where someone had died. Well, we went to game over, and so forth. Great. Now let's change this to scope all enemies. For this test skill, no one can resist petrification. Let's go to our enemies. So now what I'm doing here, I'm setting up that the test skill hits all targets, gives them all petrification, and get a game over event. Not too bad. Let's give ourselves petrification. And sure, why not you two? No skills for the enemy. Okay, yeah, we'll keep you at 10. So now we should see the game to process the victory screen. Cool. Not bad. But let's see if we can make that a little better. I want a common event. Now I believe there is a plugin to actually properly queue common events. I believe it's made by HeMayWorks, but I'm not entirely sure. So this may or may not work. So let's go ahead, test skill it up. Do we win? Looks good. Looks good. Not too bad. So with that, now we have a petrification state. We can inflict it on members, and if you happen to notice, the graphics of my actors has changed when they actually got petrified, just as I wanted. So it's pretty neat. So we also went over the common event to make sure that we check all the alive actors for both the battle party and the enemy troop. So I hope you like this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!